Thank you very much for having me here. It was absolute pleasure and an honor. This is the third occasion that I'm coming to the Delhi litfest, and every time seems to be better than the last, and this is just, the surroundings are absolutely magnificent. So I want to thank all the organizers for a very important festival in the heart of the capital that has somehow developed this reputation that Delhiites don't read much or are not very politically aware, nothing of the sort. So I think you can see from the attendance at the litfest, it's been enjoyed by everyone. So once again, thank you so much for having me. I think it's crucial, and I'm not just saying this because I'm here, and the fact that now almost every city has a litfest on its name. But I think what matters is for people to get together, come to a place where you can not just celebrate what's been written, but in fact talk about what should be written. And I think that distinction needs to be made in our country. A lot of things are not written, a lot of things are not being said, a lot of things are not being talked about. And a lot of books talk about a lot of things that are not contemporary, that are not changing the course or the narrative. And I think with all the different panels that I've seen, with the events that have unfolded over the last 2 or 3 days, and leave the politicians aside, you know, it's just the common folk who've come here, who have attended this festival. It's been invigorating, to say the least. So I think it's got the right mix of things that have been said and written, and things that should be said, should be written, but at least we're talking about it. So I think it's very simple to answer that. What are the kind of narratives that are going to shape the discourse in this country for the next, not just a year, but 6 months? And here I would really compliment the organizers for choosing the panels very well, choosing the topics very well. It's not just a topic that, people believe that, it would come into prominence 5 years from now when you're having the general election, or it's not a topic that people believe, this was so last decade. No, this is something that's important for us in the next 6 months, in the next year. So I think the topics have been chosen most thoughtfully, and I think that's the take-home message. No, at the risk of sounding repetitive, it's not about me, to be honest. I think if at all there is strength that comes into my writing, it's from what I do. I think science teaches us a lot of things, and it's a pity that we don't learn a lot from the way science is conducted. What are the principles of science? Objectivity, ruthless objectivity, sticking to the truth, sticking to the findings, and at the same time being very humble. And I take the example of this so-called tree of life that was supposed to signify where all the organisms on the earth are supposed to be. And if you look at the tree of life that was drawn in the 1880s, there are different organisms holding on to the different branches of this tree. And the human sat on top of the tree. At that point of time, we sincerely believed that humans are, the end all and be all. We create everything. We are the masters. And if you look at the modern tree of life, humans are hanging on to one of the 6,000 odd branches. So science has told us the fact, and it has brought to us the humility of it. So, that's what keeps me going. Misunderstood. I also, people always try and pigeonhole you. They try and label you. There was a time when I was not very pleased about it 10 years ago. Now I'm absolutely comfortable about it, because I've realized that people who are rightfully labeled as to what they are, right or left or having an agenda, the first thing they want is to label somebody else, to lessen their guilt. So it's a very natural reaction, People don't feel comfortable with someone who's telling the truth objectively. They want the other person to have agenda because then that comforts their own bias, you know. Yes, there are no lines, you know, there should be no lines at all. हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी. Oh, Charles Darwin. Laptop, of course. Yeah, they're not planned at all. Yeah. It's again difficult to say. I would say Kapuscinski, Ryszard Kapuscinski. Yeah. Oh, it's very difficult. I have my favorite books. The Grapes of Wrath is right on top. But I would say not just one book, but the body of work. Kapuscinski and Naipaul. They are the people who shaped me. Right now, I'm reading Tipu Sultan by my dear friend Vikram Sampath. It's pretty massive, so it's taking a long time. Yeah. Amazing, brilliant, important.